Venus, the second planet from the Sun, was worshipped by the Romans as the goddess of love and beauty. In ancient Greece, Venus was called Aphrodite. Babylonians knew her as Ishtar, the brightest of the planets viewed by the ancients. Venus was known as the morning star and evening star, depending on which side of the sun it happens to be. The soul lessons learned in the consciousness of Venus relate to all aspects of love: parental love, filial love, love of nature, and so forth. The Venus experience also gives the soul a greater appreciation and predisposition for aesthetics, as in love of art, music, and all things beautiful. The readings state that Venus is a four-dimensional realm of consciousness. Understandably, the three-dimensional experience of Earth is the most familiar of any in our solar system. In one primary respect, the Earth experience is a capstone for the soul's education in this little corner of the galaxy. In the Earth experience, the soul gets to apply all of the lessons learned in the other planetary sojourns, sort of an advanced liberal arts curriculum. The primary lesson for each soul incarnating in the Earth's realm is to become master of the flesh body with its powerful organs of sensation, sensuality. Appropriately, the bloody red planet Mars was the Roman god of war. This deity was so important to the aggressive Romans that a month of the year, March, was named in its honor. As a planetary sojourn for the soul, the single dimension of Mars consciousness projects energy and elicits activity. The challenge of the Mars influence is to direct the energy and activity in constructive channels rather than allowing anger to dominate. Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system, was the king of the Roman gods. Also called Jove, hence jovial, this benevolent deity was said to rule the course of human affairs. In the Casey cosmology, the universal consciousness associated with Jupiter is usually positive in its emphasis on the strength, broadness of vision, and ennobling influences in all aspects of life. The soul lessons of Jupiter can be especially important for anyone desiring positions of leadership or power, whether financial or political, or interested in mass movements of any sort. The readings most often described 5 dimensions to this important planetary sojourn. The 6th planet from the Sun, Saturn, served as the ancient god of harvest or time of reaping. This deity is typically pictured holding a curved sickle that is associated with the image of old Father Time. Celebrations dedicated to Saturn were typically wild affairs featuring license, feasting, and cessation of public works. Casey's depiction of the Saturn planetary sojourn is that of sudden changes and the beginning of earthly woes. The fiery environs of Saturn is a place where all insufficient matter is cast for purification. This is a realm for souls requiring serious rehabilitation and renewal. To use a computer analogy, the Saturn experience is like the reformatting of a drive that contains a virus or defective software. In a discussion of the multidimensional nature of this solar system, One reading uses the word nil in describing the number of dimensions for Saturn. In other words, the soul gets wiped clean and starts fresh. Have you ever wondered what happens to souls who commit unspeakable atrocities? Maybe a sojourn or two in Saturn is the solution. Uranus is the ancient Greek deity of the sky. The mythological tale is that Uranus had a violent argument with his wife Gaia, or Earth, and the couple split up. The sky and Earth have been apart ever since. In the Casey cosmology, Uranus is the realm of eccentricity and extremes. The radical nature of this planetary sojourn can manifest as either very good or very bad, but seldom in moderation. The consciousness associated with Uranus is that of the psychic or occult. One Casey reading attributes 8 dimensions to this planetary sojourn. According to Casey, waves of souls incarnating from Uranus played an important role in the sunken land of Atlantis. The extremism and psychic abilities of the Atlanteans led to a divided society with a very high technology capable of destroying the culture. The readings observed that a major wave of souls with Atlantean past lives and recent Uranian sojourns reincarnated in the early 20th century. Neptune, the Roman god of the sea, was called Poseidon by the Greeks. Neptune is typically depicted holding a 3-pronged trident. In the Casey cosmology, Neptune is a sojourn of mysticism and spiritual insight. A precise number of dimensions is not given for Neptune. The readings simply say many. As with the ancient Greeks and Romans, the readings associated Neptune with water. Souls under the influence of Neptune were advised to either live near water, a benevolent influence that increases psychic or mystic powers, or avoid water, an adverse influence that could lead to maritime disaster. Pluto, the 9th planet from the Sun, is named after the Roman god of the underworld, lord of the dead, and giver of wealth. The planet was officially discovered in 1930, following years of speculation about its probable existence based on anomalies in the orbits of Uranus and Neptune. Vulcan was one of several possible designations in contention for this tiny orb, prior to its officially being named Pluto. Edgar Casey sometimes referred to Pluto as Vulcan. Some experts also believe that Casey may have referred to Pluto as Septimus, although there is no explicit reference in this regard. As an astrological influence based on planetary sojourns, Casey usually described Pluto as an adverse experience, with one reading explicitly associating it with self-centeredness. Pluto's relatively weak influence on human evolution can be expected to increase within the next 200 years.